Hello everyone and welcome to Andy Styles. My name is Lee. I'm the other half of Andy Styles, and today we're going to talk about how to make simple repairs to your clothing using a sewing machine. So one of the ways that you can learn to sew is by making repairs to clothing items that you already have. And that's instead of sending it out to someone else, just duplicating what was originally done. So here we have a smock that my wife uses, and it got ripped somehow. Basically the piece that goes around the neck separated from the body of it. So what I did here is I did my repair in orange thread, so basically you can see how I did it to kind of like make it stand out. Now if it was in black you wouldn't even see it at all. So the settings that I use for this, for the length I use 2.5, and that's my stitch length, and I use just a straight stitch on here, and I set the tension to 4, and that basically is where it's been all along, and the needle position is right in the center, and the width is 0, and that's the stitch width because it is, like I said, it's a straight stitch. So here you can see how it was ripped apart or how it's separated, and all I'm going to do is that the piece folds over, and so you see I'm going to open it up and I'm just going to place it back where it should have been, and I'm going to have to secure it there before I sew it. So what I'm going to use is some straight pins, and what they'll do is they will hold it while I sew. So as I said, this is a perfect way to learn how to sew items, just duplicating things that were already done. And like I said, this is just a repair. And so here you see I'll start taking the pins and I'm just going to stick them through. And this can pretty much be done on any sewing machine, even the smaller ones, and most of the ones, if you see that are small, they're going to have some type of like repair something in their name, because basically that is what people, I guess, their target people to use for is to make repairs to your clothing, like rips, holes, tears, replacing buttons, things like that. Sorry, the camera, it went a little bit below the camera, but I'm going to pull it up here so you can actually see it. Just let me put this one in. I think you'll be able to see exactly what I did. I kind of try to get the camera in a place to where you can see what I'm doing, so you're not straining to see, but then where it's far back enough so it's a work in progress. Now the machine is already threaded, as I said, with orange thread on the top and the bobbin with orange. And there are videos out there to show you how to thread the machine, and I may do one. If you want to see me do that, then just put a note in the comment section, or send me a DM, and I can do that. And as I said, I didn't start this all the way at the top because that snap is there. Technically, like I said, if this was if I had sewn this in black thread, you would not even see it. It would just blend right in. So even if I started past the button, you still would not have seen it. But since I had to start it past the button, because I wanted to get to sew it all the way across the top so it did not come apart again, that's why you see, where I started. It looks like it kind of starts like about, I don't know, a quarter of the way a quarter of the length of the stitch. And so all I'm doing here is I'm just trying to make sure everything is lined up. And what I want to do is I want to go directly over the stitch that was already there. And so you'll be able to see that as I start. And that's basically what I'm using as a guide. Now I'm going to start a little bit past where my actual start is, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to back stitch to lock it, and so you'll see that shortly. I'm going to have to adjust the camera, and like I said, I'm working on this, but now you see I'm moving the pins. Make sure you take them out. You don't want to break a needle. So now you'll be able to see that a little better. And if you look, like I said, I'm lining that stitch right up underneath the needle. This fabric's a little bit stretchy, but I'm just letting the feed dogs pull it in as it does because if you like stretch it some, when it comes back it's gonna look it's gonna look kind of unusual. So just let it flow naturally. I just pulled that straight pin out, and I'll just start again. I'm just taking my time, not in a hurry. My main thing is, like I said, I want that stitch to be right over the top of the other one. And I'm going to try all the things I do. I'm going to try to do in the orange. Using the orange or fluorescent orange thread, just so you can see how it's done. And if you think about it, that's one of the in denim jeans, most of the time you'll see the thread is going to be either gold or yellow, bright yellow, just to add the contrast of the and that's when you look along and you see that what they call the top stitch. So this is the last piece here. So I'm just going to go forward, and now you're going to see me reverse to actually lock that stitch and come forward again. That's it, and I am going to lift the foot. And there is a little device to cut it on the side of the sewing machine. I'm going to play with this camera angle. Like I said, I want you to be able to see. I think this is the perfect angle to be able to see exactly what's going on there from the view that I'm looking at. And there's the stitch there, as you see. Like I said, I went right back over the stitch that was originally there. So if this video was helpful to you, just please take a moment and like and subscribe to it, and then hit the notification bell. And what that will allow you to do is, as we add new content, as we add new videos, then you'll be notified of them. And so what I'm going to do here is that when I started, I realized that I didn't actually reverse the way I should have. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to go exactly right back over that stitch that I made, and I'm be careful of that button. Like I said, I don't want to try to back over that, so I'm going to put my foot down. Put my foot down. I'm going to put the presser foot right in front of the button, and I'm just going to start in the direction that I normally go, and then I'm just going to reverse back, and there's reverse. Sorry, my finger got in the way, and that's it. And so that should keep that from coming apart. Now let's take a look at the final project. And once again, if you have any questions, just please leave them in the comments. Thank you and have a great day.